Well, good morning, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. We got a bit of a discombobulation going on in the stream right now, just so everyone's clear. On the right side of your view is the Masters Singles, the 8-ball final. They hadn't played it yet, and it's got Dan Taylor versus Russ Belcher. That's happening on your right-hand view, which you can see it's been labeled. And then on the left side, which is kind of weird, I don't really know exactly how they're where they're playing it at, but they've got the team match going on, and it could be these two tables in the left of your view plus one on the right, or it could be just this table until the singles is done. I think they're going to play on two. I don't know. They may play on three. I'm really not sure. So the team finals is Fuzzy Pickles, which is Zach Wallace, who's at the table right now, Molly Bontrager, Jordan Torres, Jonah Bunch, and a guy named Dave. I don't know. I don't even see him yet this morning, so hopefully he's here. And so we've got two finals matches kicking off. It could be a bit of a mess until I figure out exactly what's going on with the singles finals happening on the right side. Kind of an odd formation to make things happen, but I'm sure they'll get it figured out. All right, I'm gonna see if I can find Cuesports. See if we can get it figured out here. All right. I'm trying to figure out how I did this whole CompuSport thing yesterday. Like, oh, it was a bit of a mess trying to figure it out. All right, here we are. This is the finals. Oh, this is the wrong year. I'm in the wrong year of the event. I was in 2025. My husband's sitting here with me, and I'm over here laughing because I have no idea what I'm doing. Okay. They already got their score sheets filled out. They do not, so they're not there yet. I think they're waiting on some people for the team match. Let's go check into the singles match. Men's Masters Advanced Finals. So Russ went undefeated all the way through this event. Russ is the gentleman at the table in the right of your view. He's playing Dan Taylor. Dan Taylor's from Illinois. Dan Taylor takes rack number 1. So Dan does have to go to 6 before Russ goes to 5. Russ had a fabulous path through this tournament. He played really, really well. All right, so I like just going back and forth on this ball for Russ. He's on the stripe. It's a 12 ball. I like him just going back and forth so that he can shoot the 8 to the lower left-hand corner. Preferential, of course. Oh, he caught it way too fat. All right. That didn't work out. Dan Taylor's going to take full advantage of that one. I'm just calibrating my cameras a little bit. They're a little fuzzy this morning. Right, Dan Taylor going straight to work. He does have to spot Russ one game. So I don't think he'll be lightening up too much because I should look at the bracket. Let's look at the bracket for these two gentlemen. So I think Russ drew a bye the first round. No. Yes. All right. So Russ drew a bye the first round, and he defeated Greg Donor 5-0. Bill Covelli 5-2. Derek Bays 5-2. Dan Taylor 5-1. And so that's Russ's path through this event. Now Dan, on the other hand, Dan beat looks like Noah Leal 6-4. Dan Taylor beat John Dixon 6-1. Then Mike Beacom 6-3. Then he lost to Russ Belcher. So this is the one loss that Dan took in this event. Was to Russ, and he lost 5-1. So Russ played exceptionally well. And now Dan is up 1-0 in the first set of the finals. This is true double elimination, so Dan does have to basically double dip Russ if he wants to win this event. All right, so the team of match hasn't started yet, I don't believe. I don't think so. Primarily the reason, though, I think is they're both waiting for players. So both teams are waiting for someone. So I don't think they've started yet. They're just hitting balls, I think, right now. Dan Taylor just getting straight to work here. Like I said, he took rack number 1, and he's staring down the barrel of this 4 to take rack number 2. All right. Dan's looking at taking rack number 2 with this 8-ball. So he's got a 2-0 lead over Russ Belcher. And like I said, if he wants to win this tournament, he has to double dip Russ. Now, I will tell you a little history. Dan won the 9-ball here this weekend, and he did double dip Mike Steele in the finals of that event. So definitely capable of double dipping to get the win here. All right, and Russ will be breaking. Rack number 3, so it must be Russ won the flip. Well, good morning. Hope everyone's got their coffee. If you're watching, please jump in the chat and say hello. Let me know you're watching. Let me know what's going on, who you're cheering for. Like I said, the team match hasn't started yet. It's on the left. And Jordan's just hitting balls. Oh, hi, Tony. What's happening? Go Pickles. They got their hands full in this next one, though. I mean, when you got, you got Adam Rosinski and Gavin Tinky and, oh gosh, I'm having a total brain fart this morning. Well, Derek, but you can't really take Derek for granted, even though he's a little jumpy. He kind of, and Josh Thelke, like that. It's just a good team. Really solid team. I like it when Josh Thelke comes out to play, though. He doesn't play enough, but he should. He plays fantastic in these traveling events. All right, let's see. Russ is trying. He's working. Got himself, he's got to figure it out here. He's backwards on this 14 ball, unless it may track through there to the corner. But it's tight if it does. He's looking at it in the side pocket. All right, that was super tight into the side, also tight in the corner. The only thing I saw was maybe going to the top left-hand corner pocket. Maybe, just maybe, going there. But Dan Taylor, he's going to take full advantage of this. I come in, bump the 3, so it's makeable. And it is. Not a ton of work to do here, although still moves to be made. But 3, 7, and then from there it's just preferential how he chooses to do it. Got a little short on this 7, but shouldn't be a big deal. Just roll it in. Got to make decisions, though, here. This is the one decision that needs to be made. What do you go after here? Do you like going after the 4 first or the 2? Taking the 1 in the side? Like, I don't know. It's just preference, right? I personally like the 2 to the 4. And then maybe, depending on how you land, depends on how you get to the 1 ball. Yeah, depends on how you land on the 4, but he's okay here. He actually can just roll this in, I think, and take the 1 in the side or the corner, because I think it goes in the top left. So it's just super preferential. All right, going for the corner. Nothing wrong with that. If he goes to the corner, he doesn't have to risk. If he rolls forward for the 1 in the side, he could potentially over-roll it and then be shooting away from the 8 ball. All right, so a little stun shot there. All right, taking rack number 3. 3 to zip lead over Russ Belcher with this 8 ball. Russ just can't quite get his rhythm rocking just yet. Sure he will, but he hasn't yet. He's gonna have to do something because it is, I mean, I'm sure everyone knows if you win the hot seat and you lose the first set of the finals, it is so hard to win the second set. I mean, we're all pretty aware of that, right? So Tian definitely needs to keep his foot on the gas, and Russ has got to figure out what to do to get back in this match. All right, so Jonah's getting his cues out, so he's coming around. Waiting. The Masters team, they may, or actually it's just the team event. They may play on 3 tables the first round or two. I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see. A mess to work out here, but if the 13-7 go, it might be worth it to swing at it. The only thing bad about that is that the stripes really are a better ball. Now, he could potentially play the 11 if it cheats past the ball into the corner and then bump the 13 open, but because he would still have that ball on the side. So I like this. I like the combination. I think I also would have looked at that, but he hasn't left Rust too terribly great. I mean, the Rust may have the 1 in the side, in which case he may be able to swing it around and get the 3 next, or the 7 if he just rolls it in. Or the 4. He's got a few options. I personally don't like the 6-2, but that's a preference. I don't always like the 6. I don't like those combinations sometimes. Oh God, so funny. So guys, Zach Wallace is on Molly's team and on the Fuzzy Pickles, and he's talking about last year he had some stomach issues and he was trying to get here for the finals, and he was driving and he's like, I don't know, I was trying to contemplate whether or not to even if it was even worth it, because if I get on the stream and I implode, I have an explosion on the stream. He goes, I'm gonna have to go home, put my pants on fire, cancel all my social medias. Like, oh, he does make me laugh. Zach is a very funny guy. All right, so Russ is grinding. And I don't blame him because he kind of has to at this point. Oh, so the teams are all talking smack because they could potentially play on three tables. They kind of want to be on this. Who wants to be on the stream table? They're trying to decide. I have a view of two of the three tables, but until this finals match gets over here on the right-hand side, we're only going to have a small look of what the team matches will be. All right, so it sounds like Barbecue Chicken is taking the home team, so they'll be breaking first round. It's going to be Gavin and Thelke, Rosinski, and Selk. I think it's Selkie. Not sure. That's Ray in the top of your view there. And then Josh Thelke is right here in the bottom. He, in my opinion, is probably my favorite on that team. I think Josh is probably my favorite on their team. I would say he's their best player. Guys are getting pumped up. Jonah's playing Ray at the top of your view. I only have these two tables. Now, I know you can see three, but that's a sportsman tournament happening on the top tables. So these two tables here, and then there's one to your right. And actually, let me see. I might be able to, sorry, I'm going to mess up my camera a little bit, but here's all four. So you can see the two on your left, and then the one in the top view of your right side view. We'll keep you posted. I think Russ does manage to get out on that rack. So score is 3-1 in favor of Dan Taylor in your men's masters finals here on the right. Lots of things happening this morning. They're finishing up the sportsman division. My husband and I and Jason Gongle and Tanya Gongle, his wife, we won the hot seat for the sportsman tournament. I call it the shit bag tournament. We are the hot seat winners of the shit bag tournament. That's what I call it when you get knocked out of the main. When you get knocked out of the main event, you got to play in the sportsman's. I always call it the shitbag tournament. I usually don't even play in it, but our team, they kind of wanted to, so I was like, that's fine. We'll do it. I was just mad that we lost in the main one. All right, so who's on the bottom screen on teams event? Okay, so on the left side of your view, you've got Josh Thelke, and I think he is playing Molly Bontrager. And then in the top, the second table, and there in the middle, that is Race, I think it's Selk, it might be Selkie, versus Jonah Bunch. And then on the right-hand side, I just want to clarify what's going on in the right-hand view here. You got Dan Taylor playing Russ Belcher in the men's singles Masters A-ball final. And then in the top of your view on the right-hand side is Rosinski versus Dave, who's on Molly's team. I can't remember Dave's last name, so I'll have to look that up. I'll keep you guys posted on the scores on that, and as soon as I can, I'll kind of stretch out the view a little bit, because I think once these guys get done in this Masters finals, the team match may move to these two lower tables in your view. All right, but yes, Mr. Most Wanted, Josh is a fantastic player. I want to say it's like from the Elkhart area, like that area of Indiana, but I'm probably wrong. Probably wrong. Michigan City, that kind of thing. Yeah, he is a fabulous player, and he's also, in my opinion, the best player on their team. He's like, to be fair, he's probably my favorite on their team. Don't tell him that, though, because then he'd think I like him. All right, Dan Taylor putting in work. Look at that safety. What a bully. All right, so Dan Taylor's on 3-1 over Russ Belcher. Russ does only have to go to 5, where Dan has to go to 6. But Dan looks like he's got that 2 ball. It's kind of jammed up in between. Unless he's stripes. He might be stripes. I'm sorry, guys. I'll get caught back up. I was watching all the different tables that are going on right now in the room. It's got me all screwed up. Mr. Most Wanted 219. It's your area code, right? Every time I think of that, and like I think of area codes, I'm like, I got hoes in different area codes. I don't know. I've been here a long time, guys. I'm starting to get a little sap happy. Sundays are rough action in pool. Okay, so he has stripes. I think that's a... I think that's now that he's figured that out, it shouldn't be that difficult for him. I would say he's gonna play the 10 and it'll be preferential. He can play the 10 and draw it to the left long rail, or he can play with high ball. I don't think he leaves it, nor do I think he should leave it. He could go 2 rails out, or he can draw it, but ultimately he wants to kind of come to this rail and back out for kind of the same position he's in right now. All right, so he went for it. I like that he did that. You know, he had to get the cue ball right back where he was, and he did. I mean, he hit it perfectly. Now, he can, if he gets got the window to play the stop shot to the 9, that'd be fabulous. But if not, he may be able to roll it forward. It's just going to be a steep cut to get under the 4 and still make the 9. So, ideally, he'd like to stay above it, I think. But man, if he goes under it, the cue ball's got to move, you know? Or he's got to be able to cut it and hold the cue, and that's tough too. He's kind of looking like, I don't know if he can stun it and get on our view, left side of the 9. Not his left side, our left side of the 9. I guess it would be his left too, but. I mean, stunning that and coming across trying to catch the gap is tough action. I mean, maybe 3 rails around? I don't know. This is a lot. Dan has to make a decision. Well, all right, that will work. He got the bump. I don't know that that was intentional, but I think he intended to try to catch the gap, but he caught the bump instead, and it's perfect. Literally perfect. Now here's another shot where you have to make some decisions, and obviously we're watching it from a camera monitor or from a TV monitor, so it's a little bit different view than what he has. But if he wants to come back around for that 8 ball, he may have to drag it with a low ball, maybe even a little low right hand spin, so that it catches the gap between the 8 and the 7. We'll see if he does it. Does he catch it? Oh, just barely, and that's perfect. You know, it's clean living when you catch the gap and you get the bump, right? All right, so Dan taking rack number 4. Dan Taylor up 4-1 over Russ Belcher. It's good stuff. Dan may have a record year here with double dips on both finals matches. It could be pretty awesome. You could say that he's done that. I've done that one time in my life in the men's. It was in the Michigan Masters finals in the men's division. I asked to play in the men's. It took me about, I don't know, 6, maybe 7 years to win it, but I won both the 8 ball and the 9 ball in the same year, and I double dipped both finals. I lost a hot seat in the 8 ball. I lost early, like 3rd or 4th round in the 9 ball, and came all the way back through to play that same guy that beat me in the finals and double dipped him. And then I lost the hot seat match in the 8 ball and came back and double dipped the guy who beat me there too. So, what a bully. What a bully. All right, so Josh didn't really have nothing, right? So he's just playing a little tap-tappy stuff. He's trying to figure out what the move is here. I mean, he's got stripes. Molly's got solids. Molly's got work to do as well. Her three doesn't go. Her balls are all jammed up in a little pack down here in the bottom. All right, so we'll keep you posted on Dan Taylor and Russ Belcher's match, 4-1. Dan Taylor's in the lead. Let me see if I can locate the team scorecard because they've played some matches. And I have no idea where they're at the moment. Okay, they've only played a couple. All right, so Adam beats Dave Backus 10-1. Nice table run from him. Ray Selk loses to Jonah 10-6. So right now, Barbecue Chicken is in the lead 16-11. Every game is worth 10 if you win. If you lose, it's ball count of however many balls you have pocketed. In the team matches, you play till mathematical elimination. There are 5 rounds, 5 players on each team. Each player will play everyone on the other team as well until they're mathematically eliminated. So you don't play the same person every time. It rotates. You can follow along at Cuesports. If you want to check it out, go to the ACSIA 2026. Find the men's open team. And if you click on their match in the bracket, it'll say options. And when it says options, if you click on that options, it'll give you the option to look at the match details or match scorecard. I can't remember exactly what it says, but you'll figure it out if you get there. And you can follow along with all the scores from all the matches that we stream, from anything that's CompuSport generated. All right, so Gavin Tinky is playing in the top of your view. On the left side, he is breaking against Jordan Torres. Derek Bays is playing in the top right side of your view, and he's playing Zach Wallace at the moment from Team Barbecue Chicken. I mean, no, Fuzzy Pickles. Zach is from Fuzzy Pickles. Some of these names, like all the food names, are in the finals. It's wild, isn't it? Okay, so Josh misses the hit on the kick, and Molly's got a couple opportunities now. If that 7 ball goes, I think the 6 does. I don't think that's a problem. But boy, she's got more work because she's got that ball still tied up with 13. She could potentially give him the ball, right? She's going to try to lay one up down there. She could potentially take the ball in hand, make the combination on his 14, and draw the cue ball all the way back up table. But she's got to lock it up if she's going to do it. She's got to get him doubled up, tripled up, whatever it may be, all the way to the short rail. Yeah. Man, tough shot, though. Now, granted, if she can open it up, she's going to be fine, but it's still tough. And if you don't hit it right, if you don't get under it, hit it right, that 14 could very easily stay up on you. Right, so Russ is grinding it out over there. He knows he's in a spot. Oh, just rolled her in. He used all the pocket. It's 5-7 or funky. I don't know if he can play the 3 thin enough or if he can play it even thick enough to kind of bump into it. I guess that's a decision for him to make. when he's up there. Um, I don't know that he can play it thin enough to roll underneath it and shoot the 5 in the left side, but he may just have to swing at one and let fortune do its job. If it's meant to be, it will be. Like that. Right, and it doesn't open up either. Oh, nothing. He gets nothing. Yeah, I don't know. This may be Dan Taylor's weekend, folks. I hate to say that, but just because you don't want to put any bad mojo in the universe for Russ, but Molly, I think she got away with this. She hit it pretty bad, and the cue came around. The cue went to the right after the double. I mean, it kind of got a double bump, kissed or whatever, shoved to the right side, and then the 2 ends up banking down table and gets right in the line of the 14, so Josh has no clean look at it. You might have a light kick on the 14. I mean, it's not your favorite. There's also potential carom from the 13 into the 14, but man, that's tough. I don't know if he can go real first at it. I'm not necessarily opposed to him soft bumping it, kind of like a one pocket kick shot. All right, maybe he can see it. That's good action. Josh is calling it. Russ has got to play a crazy good shot here. He doesn't have a choice. He's going to have to play the 7 off the stripe and then still play position. All right. I don't know that I'm necessarily all the way mad at that. Molly's got to come with a big shot either way, whether it's the forward or the top right, or she can also just play a safe, which sucks because she doesn't really want to. She wants to try to get out. But she can just bump safe. Get the cue on the other side of that 4, leaving him no look. Oh, she might have leaked it, the 13. All right, so Josh is going to kick, so she didn't leave him the 13. Unless he's going to cross bank. But I think he's kicking at the 14. Russ, he's trying to figure out what he needs to do here. This, on the right-hand side, boy, Russ has got no looks. He's got nothing. No looks. All right, that's actually a great shot. He couldn't have hit it speed-wise any better. Like, he played that really well. Russ is trying to decide, does he have a good look? Like, carry him off the 5. Carry him the 5 off the 4 into the lower left-hand corner. Just this poor guy. He knows it's no good. Like, he's probably going to try it anyway just because, but man, just can't get one to happen for him. Another potential option would be to thin the 5, bring the cue 2 rails underneath those 2 stripes that are on the right-hand corner pocket. It just doesn't, if you don't hit it perfect, you ain't getting there. All right, no bueno. Dan Taylor looking to get on the hill, and he very well may with this rack right here. All right, so here we are. Sorry, guys. Jonah Bunch came up and had a conversation with me. All right, Josh Stelke winning that rack on table on the left side of your view. Gavin is trying to do something on the right side or on the top of your view. I think he's banking at the A ball. I think he has to cross it into the left side. I don't know what Zach did. I think Zach may have won on the top side of his view. Gavin did not make that 8, so more drama, more drama. Let's refresh the score sheet and see what everybody's done here. Something ain't right. Oh, he has to update Josh Thelke's score. Should be 10-3 over Molly Von Traeger. Okay, so here's the current score after 4 games in the first round. It is 36-19 in favor of barbecue chicken. So they're doing what they're supposed to do on their break, which is win. And now it'll be the other team's break. So Dave Backus, Davian, is playing in the top right view against Ray Selke. And it looks like Molly Bontrager will be breaking against Adam Rosinski. So lots of stuff still happening here. Let's go make sure. I think that rack right there with on the right with Dan Taylor and Russ Belcher, I believe Dan is up 4-1. I'm going to double check just to be sure, but I do think that's the score. Yeah, he's up 4-1. He needs to get to 6 before Russ gets to 5. But if Dan can work out this rack right here, that will put him on the hill. A big score to get started. Wow, what a great shot. Playing that 2 rails to get down for the 11. I mean, Dan's just, he's in a special place right now. Dan is playing really, really well. Going into tournament season, that's pretty awesome. Morning, Mark. Do you want to talk? Maybe if you sit here, they'll start to get out. Molly's husband, he's trying to change the energy for him, so he's trying to move around the room. I tried to get him into the booth to chat about pool, but apparently he doesn't want to chit chat with me about pool. All right, Molly tried to roll a ball in on the left and just didn't quite get it there. Gavin does end up winning, so the ball count is 46-21. And they've got a really solid 25-point lead after their break. But here's how it works. It's, if you win the flip or you choose home team, then you get the first break, the first round of breaks. The second round of breaks goes to the visitors team. So now this is where, when you're playing in these team matches, okay, so what? They're supposed to win the first round. They have the breaks. Now it's your turn to return serve. So, yeah, I mean, it's what it is. I think Dan Taylor is on the hill over here, guys. 5-1 over Russ Belcher. I think that's a thing. Checking just to be sure. But I think that it is. Yep, Dan Taylor's on the hill in the first set over Russ, and Russ just broke dry, so Dan Taylor may very well take the first set looking for the double dip. Yeah, this is where they really got to just buckle down team-wise. Oh, nice hit it. Did she not hit it? She must have just barely missed. I thought she like whiffed it on the way by. Okay, so you got Josh Delkey in the top of your view playing Zach Wallace. You got Ray Selk in the top right of your view. He's playing Dave Backus. And Adam Rosinski playing Molly here in the front of your left-hand view. They're going to play 5 rounds, maybe. Mathematical elimination is always key. So if they happen to just put on a straight clinic, they may not even have to play it all the way out. But Molly's team would like to bring it back and force the double dip. So we'll see what happens. I just want you all to know that Jordan Torres made fun of my hair this morning. I'm kidding. But my hair can be quite large when I don't do anything to it. And I washed it this morning and he called it my lion's mane. It's pretty large. I don't think I have my booth cam in here. I could maybe add it though. Just so you guys can see, because, you know, I'm sure you guys love that. All right, so just a quick look at how big my hair gets if I just wash it and don't do anything to it. Like, don't make fun. I have big hair. All right, back to the action. You guys don't need to see me. We're back at it. Let's go. All right, so Adam makes pretty quick work on that 10-2 over Bontrager. Score is 56-23. These guys, it's time to kind of get that bus started if they're likely to do so. And I think Jonah has only Dave defeats Ray Selk. So that is the second rack that they have won, which is nice. It's good to take one down. Try to get yourself a little confidence going forward. Score is 61-33. So they are like a 28-point difference, I think, at the moment. Zach Wallace is playing Josh Delkey on the left top view. I don't know that I liked what the shot that Zach chose there, but I'm not the one at the table, so ultimately that's his call. He tried to play that ball because it was the farthest from the 8, leaving the 7 for the last ball before the 8. Definitely a preference. Nobody's mad about that. And then Derek Bays will be breaking. No, Jordan should be breaking against Derek. And Gavin will be playing Jonah. Jonah should be breaking over here. All right, so on the left-hand side, lower table, you got Jonah breaking against Gavin Tinky. The top side, Zach Wallace is taking a big one. Big chunk out of the top player, Josh Delkey. Only a 10-6 win, but still a win, and that's what's important. They got to get some of these points back. So Zach takes a win over Thelke. Derek is going to be competing against Jordan Torres in the top right side of your view. It will be Jordan's break. And then Gavin and Jonah here on the bottom left. Dan Taylor is on the 8-ball to take set number 1 over Russ Belcher in the Masters Singles 8-ball final. So the double dip is on. So that's set number 1. They'll have to play again. Yeah, he has to beat him twice. So Dan knows. Dan's fully aware what's happening. So they're going to turn in their scorecards, submit their scores from their phones, and then get right back at it. So on the left-hand side of your view is Jonah Bunch, and I like the way Jonah plays. Like, Jonah plays consistent, solid. He makes good decisions, typically, unless he's... Oh, wow, what a good shot. He's staying under that ball. That's great. He can shoot the 6. Ideally, he has to decide how he wants to get to the next. I don't know what this... The 7 doesn't look like it goes in the side. The 2 goes in the bottom left-hand corner. It doesn't go in the top, I don't think. If it does, it's super tight. So you pocket the 6 and you get back out towards the center of the table, maybe potentially getting the 7, or even going too far and maybe trying to get right on the 2 right now. And if not, he's got the 1 as a safeguard. So he tries to hold it. I don't like bumping. He's got to go for the 2. Unless the 7 goes past the 10, and I just don't think it does. So he's looking to see if the 7 goes in the left-hand side. So here he's going to have to just stop shot, maybe even push that strike ball to the rail with a high ball. He can even draw it if he wants. He can draw it. I don't think the scratch is really an issue. And then shoot the 1 in the left-hand or the right-hand side, but 7's tight. If it goes in the side, I'll be surprised if it does, but if it does, it's really tight. He's looking at it though. All right, so a drawback for the 7 in the side, even though I think he could go all the way back to the 1, but yeah. A little timid in that stroke, but I like it. He kept control. He didn't even threaten the scratch. Rolling for the 7. Maybe on the wrong side of this 1. He may be on the wrong side of this. So he may have to take a big cut on the 8. The only thing is that the 8 it's not really it's not a dangerous shot to cut that 8-ball in, because those 2 stripes right there really just hold the cue ball. So you just got to make it. It's all about just making the ball. Ideally. So Jonah's just waiting for Ray to decide what he wants to do. He's playing Molly in the top of his view. Molly's asking for a referee. I think Russ went to go turn his... Oh, he's back. So Russ and Dan will be playing another set on the right hand of your view. Dan did win the first set, looking for a potential double dip. All right, nice run out there from Jonah Bunch. Perfect timing when they really probably needed it the most. So good stuff from Josh, or from Jonah. There's like, oh, there used to be a bunch right there. I don't know where they went. Oh, okay. All right, guys. So the current score line is 68 to 53 in the second round. 68 in favor of barbecue chicken, but Fuzzy Pickles, they're bringing it back in a little bit. They need to win at least 3 to 4 racks in every round and definitely need to capitalize when it's their break. So they have done that to some extent in the second round. Derek and Jordan are the last game in the second round, and they're in the top right side of your view. Derek's at the table with a pretty solid look at a run out, so he's just got to make some decisions. He's got the 3, then the 5 or the 7. If the 7 and the, I don't know if this 5 goes past the 8, which I don't know that it does. So he's probably going to play that next. Sorry about the light being in the middle of your view. I wish that wasn't the case. Last year they didn't have lights hung, and after I got the cameras up, they decided to hang lights, so it's kind of been a pain in the booty, to be fair. Next year we'll be dropping the cameras down a little bit lower than typical over here. All right, so Derek at the top of your view on the right-hand side. He's got angle on the 7, but he should be able to slide out at best, maybe bumping the 11 ball. He's going to put some draw on it. He needs to get on the 8. It's the last ball that he has available. Oh boy. So he went forward, and I think he can see the 8 ball, but we'll see. All right, so it looks like Adam may have hit that break with his purse on the left bottom table view. Adam's playing Zach Wallace from Fuzzy Pickles. All right, Derek does take that rack from Jordan, and it looks like Jordan has 3, even maybe 4 balls. Can't tell if there's a ball on top of that 13, but it should be a 10-4 win for Derek. Okay, 10-4 win. We're waiting on that. So it's 78 to 57. It's really not a huge lead. 21 points. That's very easy to make back up, but these guys have been pretty dangerous on their own breaks. So we'll see if Fuzzy Pickles can snatch it back. They gotta take advantage of every opportunity if they want to get back in this match. Adam's calling the 13. I don't know what's going on, but he's calling the 13 ball. Russ Belcher and Dan Taylor are back at it. Adam breaks the balls pretty open. I mean, for the most part, Zach's got work to do, but I'm sure he can manipulate through this pack of balls. All right, Russ Belcher with ball in hand. Really looking to get something started here. This guy, I met him last year, and he is a really good player. He keeps it simple. He makes good decisions. Maybe just a little off. He won the hot seat match 2 days ago, I think. So they're playing the finals now. I think he would have won had they finished it the night that he won the hot seat, but it was late. And Dan Taylor has been on a tear, playing almost flawless pool since the minute he walked in the door. His one loss was to Russ, I think. All right, Zach blows some stuff open and gets, man, kind of gets away with it. I mean, he's got a tester. Oh, no, you don't have nothing. You the one in the corner? Man, that's nobody's favorite shot. I don't think the 5 goes past the 9 in the side. Oh boy. I'm trying to watch all the matches. It's tough action. I think Molly manages to take that win over Ray Selke. So the score is 84 to 67. So 23 points down. Is that right? 21 points down. I'm trying to figure it out. I think I'd be smarter than that all these years I've played these types of, yeah, 17. And I didn't wear my glasses today, so I can't see. That's bad. All right, 17-point lead. So they're slowly clawing their way back in. 17 points is not that big a deal. All right, Zach's left himself in a bind over here on the left lower table. I feel like Russ is also in a bit of a bind on the right-hand side. Jordan's working really hard. Got down to, and I hate saying it, but almost a one-ball hell type of situation. At best, he may have to play the bank on the 13 into the side. That's in the top right of your view. You may have to play the 13 into the side and bring the cue ball around 2, maybe 3 rails. Just be careful to scratch the left-hand side. All right, so I'm short on the bank and short on the scratch. So either way. But Josh Stelke, I think their best player, he's at the table, so that's not good for Jordan Torres from Team Fuzzy Pickles. All right, so Thelke working it out over in the top right-hand view. Russ and Dan are in a bit of a safety back and forth kind of scenario. That's a tough spot for Russ in the bottom right-hand corner for the men's Masters singles. Doesn't have the best look. He's in a spot. The 6, I don't know that he can see enough of it to really do anything successful with it. And the 3 doesn't pass. 11, I don't know that he can see enough of the 7 to do anything with it. And 4, he may have the edge of the 4, but that's at best. Adam Rosinski going straight to work. All right. And on top of that, he kind of bumps Zach's ball, so Zach was going to have work to do with that ball regardless. Adams needing to make decisions. Selke cleaning up after Jordan Torres. Score is 10-6. 94-73. It's a 19 game lead, 19-point lead. Is that right? Or 21? 21. 21 points. I counted backwards. So 21-point lead for barbecue chicken. It's not really that big of a lead though, so it's just a couple table runs, that's all. Oh, you should have not had him move it back. You should have left it. No. All right, so Dan Taylor, I'm going to check on his score because he's straight doing work over here. Let's go check on Dan. Let's see what he's doing in the men's team or the men's masters finals. He won the first set handily. So they're still in rack number 1. They were definitely still in rack number 1 for that match, so who knows what's going to happen there. Like I said, it's 94-73 barbecue chicken. Only a 21-point lead. Like, I'm not kidding when I tell you that 21 points is really not that big of a deal. Now, Zach has to come up with a safety of some kind here. Unless he can find something offensive that makes sense, but I don't see it yet. Zach's still looking. He's still trying to figure it out. They're down to 2 tables in this men's event, or the team event. So the one in the top right of your view. All right, so Mark, or Adam, I'm sorry about that. Adam Mrozinski definitely taking that rack, extending their lead 104 to 76. 2, 3, they got 2 rounds to go. Doesn't mean they can't spin it around though. I'm definitely a firm believer. I've seen some pretty crazy comebacks over the years, and I know this team is super capable of that. So it's only a 28-point lead. I've seen a 50-1 comeback, so there's potential. All right, Gavin Tinky versus Dave Backus. On the left-hand view, top right is going to be Derek Bays versus Jonah Bunch. And then, of course, you've got your men's Masters final. Bottom right hand of your view. A ball was slinging out of there. So the decent break for Gavin. If the 1-7 have a pocket, this could be really good. If they go in the side pocket, that would be exceptional. Otherwise, maybe some work. Yeah, I think they go. Yeah, like it goes in the side. So really, it's just about. I mean, to be fair, if he could play this 3 ball with a little bit of right hand spin, so high right, maybe even center right. I think center right may be better. He may be able to come back to the center table, like cut through the 4 stripes right there and bump that 7-1. But he's definitely always going to have a look because he's going to have the 6 or 5 as long as he doesn't bump any of those balls. Yeah, I like shooting the 3 and catching the gap, maybe bumping the 7-1. I think that's the right move. Shoot the 3, catch the gap, bump the 7-1. And then he's going to have a look at the 5 or the 6. This is ultimately the key shot. Little center outside. Little center outside definitely might get him there. All right. Boy, Russ is grinding. He's fighting his butt off on the right-hand view, isn't he? Definitely. Oh.
Is that okay?
Yeah. No, 100 a day.
Is that okay?
Hmm. All right, guys. Julie came up, tournament extraordinaire. She came up. Oh, that's a great shot by Gavin Tinky right there. That's a good shot. Um, but Julie came up to cover my expenses for the weekend, which I appreciate her. The score is currently 109 to 86. Jonah Bunch does take one from Derek Bays. Molly Bontrager also won one in this round. So it's 14. It's 23. 23 points is not that big a deal. All right, guys. Let's see. We're gonna get back into this. I want to check on while we're at it. The team score, we know that they have a 23-point lead, which is not that big. These guys are acting like the match is over. I guess I don't function the same way because I'm like, if there's half a shot we can get back in it, I am firing for it. Let's see. I'm gonna look at the score for Russ and Dan. Russ is up 1-0 at the moment. Russ has to go to 5 before Dan gets to 6. So Russ is grinding. He's fighting for it. He might beat the statistics because a lot of times when you win the first set, you typically will double dip your opponent. But Russ is going to try to beat that. So. All right, so Gavin Tiki takes a big win right there. 2-4, 6, 10-1 in his favor over Dave Backus. Now it's getting a little touchy. 119 to 87. $32 points. That's a big difference going into round 4. So, they need to be up 50 balls after round 4 in order for it to be over. It's by mathematical elimination. You can have a possible 50 points per round. Dan Taylor, Russ doesn't get out on that rack, and Dan Taylor's got to look. He's going to try to tie this match up. It's a 6-4 race for Dan at this moment. All right, good break from Jordan Torres on the left. Really good break from Jordan. Personally, I like stripes better, but that's just a preference. The only reason is because of the 6-7. They're not my favorite. They're in a bad spot, and they have nothing tying to them. So, personally, if you can get to the 9, then the 14, you may have some work here. So shoot the 15, come back up, potentially go after the 9 next. Get rid of that 14 ball and then work your way from there. 10 and the 13 maybe in the same pocket. It just depends. Oh, he doesn't hit it. Now, the good thing here for him, honestly, is that he bumps the 13 and it's straight in the top corner. So Jordan's going to get away with that one. He's just got to pocket the 13. There's a lot of pressure. I don't know that. I think only one match has Team Fuzzy Pickles been down in the match. So, and made the comeback. I think they're typically They're the type of team that if they're in the lead, you got no shot with a lot of confidence. They play really, really well. Um, but I have seen bigger comebacks in team events over the years, so I hope they keep their confidence because they have, they can always come back. You never know. There's 2 rounds to go. Starting the fourth, they still got the fifth. Like if they just put a good fourth round in, it's their breaks. If they just put a really good fourth round in, they potentially could to have, something to say in this match. All right, now Jordan is a little straight on this 14. I think he needs to leave the 10 unless if he can get around it. But if he touches the 10 at all, he's going to scratch. So I like, I might just leave it and play draw and get to the 11. The 11 will lead him back to the 10, or draw all the way back and get on that 12. Like, makes me a little nervous him playing into this 10 because if he comes off the 10, he definitely can scratch. Okay, good shot. Whew. Very good. All right, not terrible here. He's got the 11. He can roll it forward, take the 12 in the side, leaving the 10 for last. Or he can take the 10 right now and draw out. But, man, now that he's on the 11, he may want to get to that 12. If the 12 goes up top left, that's an option. Draw back, take the 11 in the corner because it does go past this. Yeah, it goes past the 10. So he may opt to play the 12 first, and then he can do the 11 and draw out, play the 12 in the side or the corner. He's looking at all of it. There's so many options in 8-ball. Like, when you got a bunch of open pockets, you just go. Like, that's my opinion. You just gotta go. Like, don't overthink it. Put the work in. You know, I'm a firm believer. Think long, think wrong a lot of times. Like, I mean, we've been playing this game long enough. Your instincts are usually right. Gotta trust your gut sometimes. Ray is in the top right of your view. He is playing Zach Wallace from Team Pickles. Just the name makes me laugh. I'm sorry. It's hilarious. Oh, Jordan, you did not want to miss that ball. So Adam, he's going to get straight to work. He does have some issues. The 6, 7 are funky. Depending on how he falls on the 5 or the 2 even. The 2, that's a 4 ball. So shoots a 3. Get yourself on the 5 or the 4. That might lead you towards the 6, 7. You get behind them, they go in the corner or the side. If you want to bump them and move them, so be it, depending on what you get. Dan Taylor's getting straight to work over there. I think the 1 does go in the side, so 8-ball's in a bad spot, though, and he's got solids, so he's got work to do. 8 could bank. Might even play over the top of the 11. That's always an option as well. Kind of makes me laugh. This team match could potentially be done before Dan Taylor and Russ Belcher finish their singles match. That's a race to 5, 6. Yeah. And these guys have to play 25 games. All right. He might actually be, I don't know if he's okay on this 5. All right, guys. So it looks like 29, 39. 37-point lead for barbecue chicken. 37-point lead. They need to be up 51 after this round for the match to be over. They've got three more matches to be played, three more games to be played in that round. But really, it's Jordan and Jonah and Dave's breaks. If by some chance they have like a big round, they could potentially bring it right down to the last round. They just need a couple great big runs. If they get a couple great break and runs, I mean, it's their break this round. So if they could just come in, you know, Jordan, Jonah, Dave, and Molly all have the break. If they can all get, oh, Jordan, oh, that's right, Jordan's playing already. But the other three, if they can get it, they can take 30 points back with a quickness with some nice break and runs. So that's an option. All right. Let's go. Where are we at? Where are we at? Where are we at? Looks like barbecue chicken is up 129 to 92. Fourth round. Adam missed the bank. Oh, makes the ball but misses the bank and leaves Jordan not very good. Jordan had a good opportunity though to already have won this rack. All right, Dan Taylor taking a rack there. I think the score is 2-1 him. I believe. I'll check their score real quick. 2-1, Dan Taylor. Taylor gets to 6 before Russ gets to 5. I think I've said that like 17 times. Sorry, guys, I'm trying. There's so many matches going on right now, like serious business. All right, I'm back. And I'm back. let's see what's up. So Adam's calling the 5. Calling the 5. Alright, he's gonna play it off the 10? I mean, he's definitely giving a rack away if he doesn't make this ball. I mean, I would think. Unless he plans on tucking the cue ball into the 4. But, I mean, ooh. It might be. He might be. Trying to push the 10. It would push the 10 to the right side of the table. If he keeps the cue snugged up against the 4, he would still have a shot on the 7. But potentially no shot. Oh, he hits it great. Wow, what a good shot. That was a fantastic shot there. So Adam, that was really well played and smart, because to be fair, if he doesn't make it, he puts him in a bad spot. Let's go, Russ. That's right. Like, I want Russ to do well too, because it's a bummer to get double dipped. I agree with you, Break and Run. Let's go, Russ. Like, put the heat on him. All right, so that was a great shot by Adam Rosinski. Taking another 10-5 win over Team Fuzzy Pickles. Jordan Torres had a real good opportunity to win that rack with a big ball count and made a disastrous mistake on a 12 ball. A shot that, to be fair, in my opinion, is very, very textbook, and I favor him to make that 90% of his time. I don't know if there's some nerves or if it's a Sunday morning thing. I don't know, right? How many times Jordan's been in the finals, I'm not sure what his comfort level is. But I always say the same thing. You play the finals the same way you play the whole tournament. And if that's not enough, then you weren't meant to win to begin with. So you don't put any extra pressure on yourself. But then again, you know, it's easy to say if you've been in a lot of them, right? But if you haven't been, it's like, oh, nervous. All right, Dan Taylor. Like I said, Dan Taylor and Russ over here. This is an interesting matchup, and Dan Taylor has like a golden egg currently implanted because he has been on a tear this weekend playing exceptional pool. In team event, I don't think I've seen him miss one ball. I don't think I even seen him miss one ball in the team matches that I was able to view. He double dips the finals of the 9 ball, and he's looking at the double dip into the finals of the 8 ball. So Dan is on a dead tear. I'd love to see Russ win, just because if you win the hot seat, it's like, you know what I mean. You really want to win, like. But unfortunately, I haven't seen Russ in the room playing the whole time like I have Dan. And he's basically not left the playing surface for 3 days. So he's in an indefinite dead punch. All right, and a quick miss from Gavin Tinky on the left. Molly Bontrager from Fuzzy Pickles coming to the table. She's got a look. She's trying to decide what's the best suit here. I mean, I like solids, but you gotta be able to make the 11-7 combo to start, I think. Or you shoot the 6, draw out, and use the 5 to break out the 7. Because then you always have the 2 to shoot next if you don't get a good look at the 7. The 4 ball does go up table in your top right pocket. She has work. Alright. I don't know how that ended up, though. I don't know if she's got the edge. Oh, man. Yeah, she's in a spot here. If she can see the 4, that would be beautiful, but I'm not sure that she can. If she can, that's... Nah, she's looking at a safety play, maybe. Or kicking at the 7. If she kicks at the 7... There's always the potential that the 11 ball becomes a really big ball for her. So let's see. She kicks it in. She's going to have to kick it with some pace. I don't like rolling it. It makes me nervous. I think she's in the same place. Maybe she can see the 2. Not sure. Maybe she can see the 4 now. I don't know. This got tough. We'll see what she chooses to do here. Dan Taylor is doing what Dan Taylor does. I always say he's doing Dan Taylor things. I mean, he's a control freak, so you know he just he works out every detail of all the racks. So Dan Taylor's in your Masters singles finals on the right. All right, what a good shot from Molly. Get it out there. Get it out there. And she got it. The 4, if it goes past the 15 in the side, that's a great opportunity. All right, Jonah takes the Elkie 10-1. Dave Backus takes 10-3. These are big wins for this team right there. And really, this could potentially get them back in the match with a couple big scores right here. If Molly can find the right shot on the 4, or on this 2, well, sorry, no, it is a 4. I think she only has the edge. Be nice if she had enough edge of it to pocket it past the 14, but I don't know if it goes clean. All right, so she's looking at all the lines, all the things. This ball goes on the side. She can drag draw it to the right long rail. Oh, she bumped all the things. This is terrible. Yeah, she kind of decelled last minute and didn't come all the way through the stroke. It was like a quick pokey thing. Yeah, she knows that was big one. If she plays super drawn and drags it to the right as much as she can, she might have been able to go 2 rails back out to the center for the 1 or the 3. Like, she's looking at her options. At best, she may be able to thin the 1 and stick the Q under the 10. Molly does lots of things at the table with her Q, so I don't always know what she's doing. As long as I've been playing pool, some of the things with all the pointing and moving and whatever, I don't always know what she's doing. And I play doubles with her, and I don't know. I'm not going to lie. All right, so Dan Taylor's awkward on this 6, queuing over the 9. He's on the right-hand side of your view, bottom. This is the men's Masters singles 8-ball final. Dan, who's currently at the table, did win set number 1, having to double dip Russ Belcher. So he's gonna, if it, at best he can roll the 6 in, maybe bump the 8 with the Q. All right, so he misses it. Russ has got a good opportunity. Let's go, Russ. I want it to be all the pressure, right? I want Russ to tie it up or make it hill or something crazy and snap it off at the end, right? Going all the way down to the last rack. As a spectator, that's what we all want. As a player, no one wants that. All right, so Molly's working it out. We got Ray playing Jordan Torres in the top right of your view. Molly crossing on the 3. Wow, how she hit that. She doesn't bump the 1, or the 8, which I think is what she was actually after. She got more work to do. The good thing is here, if she can play the carom off the 10 into the pocket, if she can, the Q should track forward. She just got to watch the bump on the 14. Should be able to go to the left rail and back out for the 8 in the same pocket. Wow, she hit that 3 ball really good, didn't she? Sporty. She's doing all the work. You gotta like that. All right, Russ Belcher getting it done on the right-hand side view. Take one of those racks back from Dan Taylor. Jordan Torres working his butt off over there. Trying like hell to get back in this match. I think he's got solids. So he's got a good opportunity. I know it's a little tough for everyone to see that table on the top right of your view. Come on, get in there. It's all right, kid. Molly's trying to tell the balls to stay up. She don't want to give no balls away. That was a good couple of shots there from Molly Bontrager. God, she works the rack well. She works hard, that girl. She works all the time with all her heart. All right, so she takes a 10-1 rack over Gavin Tinky. That a girl, Molly. All right, we're back in this match with 5 games to go. Let me do the math really quick. This girl, she always coming out with something crazy. That's nuts. All right, only 17 balls. Only 17 balls there. Ray is playing Jordan in the top right. If Jordan can come up with this big win, they're within just a few balls. So that's a big rack for them over there. Jordan, you can't miss that ball. Don't knock the hit in. Don't knock the hit in. Oh, boy. He just changed everything in that rack. Everything. You laid the 8 in the pocket in the top right of your view. All right, so Jordan, or Jonah, is breaking against Adam Rosinski in the top left, or the left view. I know, Tony, right? Molly's crazy. She's always doing some whacked out crazy stuff at the table. I'm like, girl, all that drama. So much fun. All right. So, looks like Jonah's straight to work over here. Okay. All right. So I'm over here talking smack to Molly. And she cracks me up when she plays pool, all the things, the pointing and all the things that she does. And next thing you know, boom, something's in the pocket. I'm like, what in the world, girl? She has to do all the things, all the trick shots to get out in that rack. All right. So it looks like Ray and Jordan are, Ray's got work to do, dude. He's still got a couple balls. I know you can't see it because there's a light in your way in the top right view, but if the 14 or the 10 goes, he may be all right to win this rack. But if not, he may have to come up with a safety because Jordan's only got that 3 ball left. All right, Dan misses a ball. Russ Belcher, let's go, bud. Let's go, Russ Belcher. I want to look at his bracket, see what his score is, get you guys updated on the Masters men's finals. I shouldn't say men's because it's not really. Molly played in it too, so it's not really just a men's division. But it does say men's 8 ball. All right. My computer is doing whatever it wants. Everything has slowed down. I don't know why, but it has. There we go. I think it's 2-2. It is 2-2. Russ Belcher and Dan Taylor in the second set. Russ only has to go to 5, though. Dan has to go to 6. I'm going to go back to the team match and the scores. If you guys want to follow around too, or follow along, you can go to CompuSport. Go to CompuSport, find ACSIA 2026. Go to the open team. And then if you click on the match, it'll say options. And then you click on that and it'll give you an options to look back at the bracket or to the score sheet. If you can look at the score sheet, you can follow along. So it's right now, Jordan lost 10-6. He didn't, unless Ray worked that out. 154-33. I think that's a 21-point gap. But now with another 10 points from Jonah Bunch, should be 10-1 over Adam. Should be 155 to 143, I think. What is going on? Somebody needs to fix the score. They're both, I think everybody's touching the buttons. So Jonah wins 10, I think it's 10-1. 10-0, okay. 10-0, so it's 154, 143. They're only down by 11. They're only down by 11. Trying. If they could get Zach and Jordan to jump in this mix. Well, Jordan's done, but Zach needs to win. You know what I mean? Jordan struggled the whole match. I feel bad, but he has. He just doesn't, he's not finishing them. I thought Jordan had a 6. Oh, he did. Okay. All right, guys. So here's the current score for Fuzzy Pickles and Barbecue Chicken. Barbecue Chicken is up 154. Fuzzy Pickles has 143. That's only an 11-point match with 3 games to go. Derek broke a little funny on the right-hand side. Or was that Molly? That was Molly's break. So Molly broke dry. Derek's at the table. Gavin will be playing Zach in the last rack. Let's see what the current score is. Josh Delkey's in the top right of your view, and he is playing against Dave Backus. These are big games. These are the last. There's 3 games left in the team match. All right, let's see what's happening with Dan and Russ. I don't know what just happened in that last rack. Does anybody know what happened in that last rack for Dan and Russ, two of my favorite players at this event. All right, so Russ has got 3-2 in Russ Belcher's favor. He needs 2 games before Dan wins 4. So it's a 4-2 race for Russ. Well, let's go, Russ. He's not making anything on the break, though, so he's got to fade it. That's what's going to have to happen. Russ is going to have to fade it. He's going to have to fade Dan and hope Dan doesn't do Dan things. That's what he's got to do. All right, Shostalky doesn't get something done over there on the top right view against Dave Backus from Fuzzy Pickles. Huh? All right, so they're asking someone to come watch the hit for their team. My husband is a certified referee, sanctioned, so he's gonna watch the hit for these guys. I'm not exactly sure. I'm guessing that Derek has the 10 ball. I'm sure it's fine. I think Molly's just nitpicking, but that I don't blame her. I mean, you want to make sure, right? Yeah, it's fine. It's a good hit. That's a good hit. All right, so he did make stripes, and personally, I think stripes are the better suit anyway. Now he's got to come in. I like, I mean, shooting the 14. If you can kill it enough to get into the 12-9, I like that. Play it with a bunch of high left-hand spin. It'll kill the cue ball off that rail. Personally, I like that. But I like that because then you play the combo, the 10-9 combination, or the 12-9 combination, and just get rid of that. If you get straight on it, you can roll it down, take the 11. But obviously not my call, not my circus, not my monkeys, all the things. He kind of gets away with that. He bumps into a bunch of stuff. This is tough, though. There's no good way to get back to that 10 ball. 11, may bump the 6 and block the 9. If he draws the 9 and tries to get back on the 11, it's very, very difficult to get back from the 11 to the 10 or the 12. I apologize. Watch out for the 2-6. All right, put a ton of spin on it. Now what? Maybe bank? No, because the 5 takes the bank. Man, all right. Oh, play it off. Maybe play it off the 4 into the side. It's not a bad idea. I'm not all the way mad about that. Yeah, definitely an option with a high ball. The cue ball will track forward and have a good shot on the 8 in the top left. This is a big run for Derek. Real big run. Dan, great shot on the right. Got that one like it had eyes on it. Oh, we missed it. Come on now. Let's go, Molly Monster. Ooh-wee. Might be having us a tight match. I get all excited when they get tight like this and nobody else likes it but the fans. And that's my job, is to do, the fun things for the fans. So, makes me happy. All right, so Molly's going to take her time. She's super diligent. That's one thing I can promise you. She's going to take all her time to get around this rack. For sure. That's one thing I do have to say about Molly is that she works really hard. She doesn't really take too much for granted. All right, Josh Stuckey, he misses that shot into the side pocket, and Dave's got to look. I don't know what Dave can see because it's tough to see from this angle, but in the top right of your view, wow, Dan Taylor. Still doing Dan things on the bottom right. I think he's about to, he may be tying this matchup with Russ. Good shot from Molly Monster. Really good shot. All right, so if Dan Taylor makes this, I think he ties this matchup 3-3 in the double dip. Working on the double dip. Morning, Cecil. All these team names they have food attached to them. Like fuzzy pickles, barbecue chicken. Yeah. 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 11 points.
Sort of local.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They're all Indiana peeps.
You okay? Need anything?
Nope, I'm doing great. Thank you. Yeah, doing really good. All right, so with this rack, Molly May.
This one's a little different than last year. You got she gave you a packet of money?
Mm-hmm. Yep, thank you.
No, don't thank me. We zero out. This is this app didn't make it.
Yeah.
We zero out.
No, but it's such a fun event. All right, Cecil Messer. Big wig here for ACSIA. Coming to visit me. Make sure I was taken care of. I do appreciate the ACSIA. These guys from the Indiana Association and the Illinois are phenomenal. And I wish that I could do their Illinois event. I have been asked, but I just cannot. It falls in line with my New York WPBA event. Oh, no, Molly. She's going to get away with it. Shut up. Oh, no. That's sick. Best roll ever. No. Oh. Who won over there? Oh, Thelke ended up getting out on Dave. Oh, I was watching Dan and them. All right, so it looks like Josh ended up running out on Dave Backus, and they have won 164 to 146. A 22-point lead with 2 games to go. So these guys definitely took it down to the wire. Congratulations, Team Barbecue Chicken. Congratulations to Team Barbecue Chicken. They are the winners of the 2026 Men's Open Team Final. What a good team event. These guys, and they went undefeated. They had such a good showing. And congratulations to Fuzzy Pickles as well. What a fun team they are. Molly was grinding. She really, this team is a lot of fun as well. And I personally think the Fuzzy Pickles team has the best name in the tournament. So congratulations to them for a runner-up finish. We're going to go to a full screen view of Dan Taylor and Russ Belcher. Let's see if I can get a little bit better look. There you go, guys. We're gonna try to get, oh, let's fix it. A little bit better view of this. And I think these gentlemen are tied up. No, but I've been asked to. Mm-hmm. All right, let's see if we can find their scorecard. See if I can bring that up for you guys. Score is 3-3. Like I said, Dan has to go to 6. Russ has to go to.
I haven't missed a ball this morning. Well, you probably missed it in this place you're sick or something.
All right, there's a scorecard for Russ and Dan. Russ and they're tied 3-3. Dan needs 3. Russ needs 2. This is the second set in the men's open final. Or men's masters final, sorry. All right, guys, we're back at it. So the score line is Russ Belcher is on the hill, and Dan needs two. Russ is the gentleman with the cool hat. He's one of my favorites. I'm not gonna lie, because of his demeanor, he's like super chill, always cool, super nice. And then of course Dan Taylor is also he's just so Dan's just so consistently good at the table. It's sickening. Yeah, he doesn't make a lot of mistakes. He's very calculated in his decisions. You gotta like Dan Taylor. If Dan's at the table, you gotta like the odds that he's gonna do something with it, right? I do enjoy that. So, this was a true double dip, or would be a true double dip. Oh, things are moving on me. If Dan can do it, he played a really, really good first set. All right, so here's another good opportunity. Now the eight ball is still an issue. The eight ball does not track past the four. I'm looking down the line of that shot. Hi Molly, love you. All right, so inside English, high left hand spin. Should bust that 12 right out of there. Now I don't know if it goes in the side. I know it goes in the side. Is it steep? Yeah, I think he's got to cut the eyes off of it. The five's going to stop the cue ball, so he's going to have a back, like a steep cut on the 11. That's not necessarily a bad thing because the 8 ball doesn't go past the 4, so he's got to get the cue up table anyway. So I'm guessing he's going to cut this 10 into the side pocket. It's steep and not easy. He may get fortunate and be able to play it with draw. If he plays it at a high pace with draw, he may draw the cue to the right long rail and back out. He could potentially smoke right into the 5 ball, but he could also bang off it and get the cue ball back out away from the rail. It's a tough one. He's going to have to hit it good. He's playing it with more of a center ball stroke. I think he's just really using the 5. He's going to bounce into the 5. And like I said, oh man, it's tough. It's very steep. And it does go, I think it does go up table past the 3 into the top left corner, but you're never shooting that. I mean, I just really think that's like it'd be too hard. All right, so he's shooting it. Oh, he misses it. Russ, let's go. This is your chance, buddy. I hate to see a double. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love a good double dip. But from a player's perspective, nobody likes to get double dipped. It's mortifying. It bothers you when it happens. Now, later on, it doesn't bother you so much. But when it first happens, it's like in your brain. You're mad about it. Which is hence why I think a lot of times people who win the first set typically do win the second set. Because the person who is sitting in the hot seat is probably still a little disturbed that you won even the first set. But some of my best wins have been double dips, and you got to try to remain steady and do the work. I mean, he could shoot the 6 now, but I think I'd prefer to see him shoot the 4. Get rid of the 4, get the cue ball back out towards the center of the table. All right, a little jumpy, probably a little nervous. That's all right, though. Personally, I like the 6-1-3-2. That's just my personal preference. But everyone's different. Oh, I didn't see the 7 ball shoot. All right, so 6-3-7. Oh, man. Whoa, 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 whoa. Very close, very close. All right, so he's got work to do, and you don't want to get too crazy with this cue ball. Now he can play the 7, draw it to the right long rail and back out. Draw, 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 back across. Oh boy. This is a thing about 8 ball though that you have to be okay with. You can replan or reevaluate every single time you're at the table. So even if you have to reevaluate 7 times to get out on an 8-ball rack, it's okay. You just have to be okay with it. People who get stuck or stuck on like one shot or thinking they're out of line real badly in one shot, um, just torture themselves through a whole rack. Like, so you have to be really okay with changing your mind or your direction multiple times in 8-ball mentally. You have to be okay with that. All right, so with these 2 balls, Russ is probably a little nervous. He's just going to draw it back a couple inches. And this 8-ball right here, Dan may concede. Is Dan going to concede? He's not. So Russ has got to make it. Hey, Russ Belcher is your Masters Division final champion. And congratulations to him. He had a sweat that one. Big sweats. All right, guys. So I think this may be the end of the road for our show. My husband and me and Jason Gongle and his wife and Julianne Cecil, Jamie, we won the hot seat of the shitbag tournament. I don't know if we're going to stream that or not. I do. I don't even know what the current situation is. The team that we played for the hot seat last night is playing against another team right now to get back to us. So I'm going to go grab my cues and just hit some balls. Maybe I'll put it on the dual screen for a little while. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate everyone's support throughout this event. I know it's been kind of wild. These guys here, they don't care if we just put the stream up and people can watch if they want to. Um, you know, they don't mind whatever it may be. So, uh, they just let me put it up and if I want to talk, I talk. If I don't, play music, they don't care. So thank you to the ACSIA for continuing to support LFR Live. This is the 2026 29th annual pool championships here in Indiana. We're in LaPorte at the Pine Lake Resorts, which is super awesome, by the way. And I think I can pull it back so you can kind of see what's going on in the room. Here's a good look at what's happening in the room still. You can see these gentlemen are fighting it out for to get back to play our team in the shitbag finals. That's what I call it. But anyway, I appreciate you guys for all your support. And I'm gonna switch camera views. Let's just do that. I'll pull it out so you guys can see the room. I'm going to leave this up for a little while. Bob and I are going to probably get up and do some warm up and let these guys play out their match. I have no idea what we're going to get to. I have no idea if we're going to stream that finals match or not. But if we do, guys, I'll just leave it up for now. I'll pop back in and let you guys know. All right. Peace out, homies. of the road show for the ACSIA Indiana State Championships. They've decided that the red team in the red, let's chop it up. So they're going to chop it up with us. We're going to go ahead and close down the show. We're going to start packing up. They want to start tearing tables down, all the good things. So I want to say thank you to Cecil Messer, Julianne Mitchell, Walt Wesley, and all the people who are involved in making this a successful event. A special thank you to Billiard Buddy for always supporting LFR Live. I'm super happy about them. I do have some Billiard Buddies at home if anyone's watching from home that's interested in one of those, and we'll see you guys soon. Thanks for watching LFR Live.